no more, my lady. Weep no more today, for I'll sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away, back home again in Indiana. And it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance through the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
One dream, one heart.
You're watching One Dream, One Heart, celebrating the 50th WHAS Crusade for Children.
We went on the air from the Center for the Arts, and almost from the very beginning at 10 o'clock, they were cutting in from the newsroom with Ken Schultz.
So again, this is a tornado warning. We have had confirmed reports of tornadoes in Floyd County this evening. We had one just northwest of New Albany that was reported by state police.
Giving all this gloom and doom, this huge red blob on the screen so we could see, and this was all tornado activity and heavy thunderstorms.
BJ, we interrupted in the middle of the song.
That's my new record is Tornadoes Are Falling on My Head. I'm going to have that out pretty soon.
Last week at the Foster Brooks and this week at the Crusade for Children.
Yeah, we won the tournament. We birdied all 3 holes, but they wouldn't give us the deal. But,
out of curiosity, when are you coming back? I think I want to schedule my vacation.
Man, oh really? Well, I want to come back sometime in I don't know. I'll have to
not
work
next
that with
weekend?
you on the phone. No, not next weekend. You can play golf next.
Where are you going from here?
I won't be here. I'm going into Nashville on the bus after we finish tonight and catch a plane into Dallas and spend a few days at home with my wife, who we just mentioned. I've been married to for 22 years.
By golly, you sure did. Let me introduce you to, yes ma'am.
We're going to transfer to the studio.
You're going to what, please?
Transfer to the studio. We're going to have a tornado warning in Louisville.
I see. Okay, we're
Right,
we're going back to Ken Schultz, meteorologist Ken Schultz.
Okay, folks, what we're going to do in the studio is evacuate.
That night we had to evacuate the Arts Center because somebody had called the Arts Center and said, there is a tornado in New Albany, it's crossing the river headed directly for you. But the good thing that came out of it was the Crusade that year still made more money than the year before.
I'm honored to be here for the Crusade for Children. I was just in town a few weeks ago, a few days ago to play golf in the Foster Brooks deal, but we couldn't play because the raindrops kept falling on my head. But anyway, and we want to do that for you right now. Never should have said it. Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, and they keep falling. So I just need some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things done. He's sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, and they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they sing to me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
One year, we had inmates from the prison come here, and I got into trouble. I thought it would add a little bit to it. As they gave them money, they were good enough to come to ask them why they were in prison. Well, some of these guys were murderers and bank robbers, and they didn't like it. And the next day, I heard I was called in, said not only inmates, but the warden didn't like me pursuing what they were in for. I thought it was a good feature. Little did I know that I was treading in territory. You know, I thought if a guy, it showed he had some kind of a heart. But he didn't want to say that, you know, I held up 6 banks and here's $12 for the Crusade.
Ladies and gentlemen, please a warm Crusade welcome for the Captain and Tennille.
Thank you. Where were you? Who were you with? What were you doing in the summer of 1975 when you were hearing this song on the radio all the time? And if you can remember the words, Carol and I would love it if you'd sing it with us. Here we go. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking girl comes along, singing a song. Don't mess around, you just gotta be strong. Just stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop, I've been thinking of you. Look in my heart and let love keep us together. You belong to me now. Ain't gonna set you free now. When those girls start be gone. When the others turn you off, we'll be turning you off. I will be there to share forever. Love will keep us together. I said it before, then I'll say it again. I love is pretending. I need you now and I need you then. Can't stop. Oh, I really love you. Stop. I've been thinking of you. Look in my heart and let love keep us together. Whatever. Sing it with me now. I will. Thank you so much.
Pam was given her check, started to put it in her pocket, took no money for appearing on the show.
You're watching One Dream, One Heart, celebrating the 50th WHAS Crusade for Children.
Hi, I'm Lance Burton, Master Magician. Having grown up in Kentucky, I know firsthand all about the good work that's done by the Crusade for Children. I'm proud to be a part of the 50th WHAS Crusade for Children on June 7th. Join me at the Kentucky Center and watch it here on WHAS 11.
My own melancholy child.
Pam Tillis was booked to be on the Crusade, and she sang her big hits at that time. And right after she finished, Wayne brought a doctor and one of the children out. His story was a real teary story, and Pam got involved in the shtick with Wayne. And I later learned that as she was leaving, people were always paid when they left. Pam was given her check, started to put it in her pocket, and handed the check back to Bud Harbsmeyer. Wow. And my understanding is Pam took no money for appearing on the show.
The name of this song is One of Those Things I Can't Do Nothing About. And the children we're going to help out here is one of the things you can do something about. Well, there's no mistaking what's taking place here. I can't pretend anymore. You know that I love you, but it's not enough to keep you away from that door. Oh, now it's too late to wonder what's left to be tried. Your mind's made up and my hands are tied. It's just one of those things that I can't do nothing about. tears and bring on the heartaches. Let me get on with my pain. If this is goodbye, then let's get it over. There's nothing left to explain. Oh, now God knows I've tried for so long. What's left of my heart will have to be strong. It's just one of those things that I can't do nothing about. Your love is something that I'm gonna have to learn to live without. I could beg, I could plead, and get down on my knees, but I think I finally figured it out. It's just one of those things I can't do nothing about. Well, it's all I can stand, but it's out of my hands. Your leaving's leaving no room to down. It's just one of those things I can't do nothing about. Oh, yeah.
I can be glad, for my hope is in the Lord, yeah. 'Cause He gives a confidence that the world doesn't know. Well, now He's the Lord of all. So whatever the situation, I'm glad, for my hope's in the Lord. Well, children, I'm glad, for my hope is in the Lord. 'Cause He gives a confidence the world doesn't know. Well, now He's the Lord of all creation. So whatever the situation, I'm glad, for my hope's in the Lord. 'Cause He gives a confidence that the world, well, He's the Lord of all creation. So whatever the situation, I'm glad. I'm so glad about it. I'm so glad, 'cause all my hope is in the Lord. Well, my hope is in the Lord. Oh. Every mountain and every fortress, every word that is not His will pass away. So I'm glad my hope is in the Lord. 'Cause He gives a confidence to world. Well, now He's the Lord of all. So whatever the situation, I'm glad. I'm so glad about it. Yeah, I'm so glad. 'Cause all our hope is in the Lord. Well, all my hope is in my Lord. I've been signed to sin.
I think the crusade is a phenomenon. So far as we know, there is nothing else anywhere like this.
I want everybody to put your hands down. Come on, everybody.
Like Have Crusade for Children? Thank you, sir. You have a great day now.
I think the crusade is a phenomenon. So far as we know, there is nothing else anywhere like this.
This is the 1963 WHAS Crusade for Children.
I have never run across a charity like the Crusade for Children that I know of anywhere in the country.
We have a total from Pleasure Ridge of $27,180.15.
It is unique how the volunteers, the firefighters, civic organizations, school systems, how all of these divergent groups come together for the first weekend in June, and how much money is raised by people giving nickels and dimes and quarters.
The community does care, and that's part of this phenomenon. It helps us rise above petty differences, ethnic, geographic, religious, cultural differences, and we come together because we care about people.
100% of every donation is returned as a grant.
When we get in the room to look at all the needs are far, far greater than the money. There are persons or agencies who are making requests who could use the $6.2 million just at one place.
In all of the country, there's not another charity who specifically focuses its attention on children who have special needs and works together as a community to make this happen. It's really an incredible national story, in my opinion.
Keep giving, and hopefully next year and years to follow, we can go, far, far greater and meet everybody's need.
As we celebrate the 50th WHAS Crusade for Children, the newly established Crusade Endowment guarantees that the Crusade will be here forever to help millions more children. Projects like the Crusade Walk of Fame assure that 100% of every dollar donated continues to directly benefit special needs children. So this year, dig a little deeper and let's make Crusade 50 the best ever. To learn more about the WHAS Crusade for Children Endowment, call 582-7706.
Since 1954, the WHAS Crusade for Children has helped more than 3 million children reach for the American dream.
And in 2001, Lee Greenwood brought that message home.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, work for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it, God bless the USA. That
day, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
It's been a tradition to end every WHAS Crusade for Children with the singing of God Bless America.
The faces that you've seen during this program are all longtime Crusaders. And as we leave, we want to share with you their final thoughts and close in that traditional way.
And we want to thank you for helping us change children's lives for 50 years.
The whole crusade is family. People we'd see only once a year. The firemen we'd see only once a year. The people from General Electric, from the Archdiocese, all of the contributors, they walk in and we'd hug and kiss, and it was family. It was family time.
But I think that from the very beginning, they made it the Community's Crusade for Children. And we called it the WHAS Crusade for Children, but the WHAS doesn't get in the way, you know?
People in this community truly believe in the Crusade for Children, and I think that's why they've supported it through the years.
You get this feeling of having done something that was worthwhile. And I think that's why I keep coming back and doing it. A number of times I could be doing something else in that weekend in June, but I don't know, it's a feeling that you don't get anywhere else. Or any other time of the year.
You would go home and your own child was 100%, and it did something to you. And I think that's one of the reasons for the fabulous success of the crusade, that people could relate to either having children of their own being helped by the funds of the Crusade for Children, or that they were so fortunate to have well children themselves. It was a win-win situation.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a fellow. I think I mentioned it one time, he was the boss, too. This is Victor A. Scholas, Vice President and Director of WHAS and WHAS TV.
Thank you, Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, last evening during our program, we had a production number entitled Say One for Me. Well, you certainly have said it for all of us. These magnificent volunteer fire departments went out and did this job for our handicapped young. We've had all these wonderful people. I think this was our greatest show from an entertainment standpoint. We're grateful to all of you. They worked awfully hard. And now I'd like to ask all of you to join us as we close the 6th Crusade for Children with our traditional God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the life growing up, from the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, white with gold. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet
Thanks for watching this 2003 special for the Crusade for Children, showcasing the early years. We invite you to watch this year. The 70th WHA's Crusade for Children airs June 3rd and 4th. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe Federley.